Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally.
Everyone, I know it's been a long time, but welcome back to Like Water for Chocolate. It's your girl Truth, and I got Lex Love here with me. Lex, we missed you. How are you?
So good. We're back, and I'm excited. Yes,
I am too. This is our baby, you guys. You don't understand. We did not want to leave you guys.
No.
But in the midst of us leaving you, we have a new little, what did Los call them? Chocolatiers?
Chocolatiers.
Yeah, we got a new little baby, and I'll let Lex tell you all about her little chocolate baby.
Yes, my chocolate baby, Azalea. She's 2 months. She just hit 2 months on Thursday, and she's amazing.
And she's been here before.
Yeah, she's... Every time I think about her.
She has such a personality.
Already. She has the darting eyes already. So that's my new baby.
So that's why we took a break because, of course, when you're pregnant, you don't feel like being around people sometimes. And
right.
Then after you have the baby, you got like so many different emotions that you're dealing with. So we definitely had to give Lex her time, but we didn't want you guys to forget about us because we are still here.
Yeah, we're back.
And with us being gone, we thought it would be perfect for us to touch on a subject that Lex went through and why we took this break, which of course is postpartum depression.
Right.
And I feel like that's a great topic. Lex had the idea and I'm like, absolutely, let's run with this because there's a lot of women that deal with postpartum and don't even know that's what they're going through.
Exactly. And that literally was the first thing that came to my head. It was the first show I wanted to get out there just because I was going through it and I'm like thinking of my routine and what we're going to get back into and we're going to start recording and we're going to do this. It was driving me crazy. I said, you know what? Let's just throw it out there. First episode, get it off my chest. Let the women, the men all listen to it and get what they need out of it. Because I think even just talking about it makes such a big difference as far as making things better for yourself.
Absolutely. And I'm happy to see you back to yourself because everybody knows I love her to death. And she was not herself for a long period of time. And there's only so much you can say to someone. Yeah. It's more so them doing certain things themselves. But once she realized what was wrong and she started talking about it, little by little, I saw her start to become her again.
It was a shift. I think once you make that shift in your mind, there's something wrong. Let me not be in denial of it. Let me put it out there and let the people that are the closest around me know what's going on with me. So it doesn't, because honestly, it's really easy to get in a mood and you throw that energy out to people and they receive it in the wrong way. So then they come back and put all their negative energy onto you. It just makes the situation worse. And that's what I was dealing with.
And women, we're moody anyway.
Right.
So having these extra hormones and, oh my God, all these emotions. Men, you have no idea what it's like to be pregnant. You think we're bad, like, on our period? Imagine, like, your body taking everything from you and giving it to another life.
Yeah.
Now, you already do that as a woman anyway because you're a nurturer, so you're giving into your family anyway, but you have this person inside of you who's like, I don't care if you have it to spare or not. I need this. So you have to give it to me. So your body is trying to produce all these things rapidly to take care of this life, and you're just going batshit crazy.
9 months is fast for your body to make such a change.
Exactly. A whole life.
A whole human being with bones and blood and brains, like all in your belly. That
and then
shit
you
is
have
crazy.
The stress of having to take care of you.
Yeah.
Because you have to make sure that they're good.
Right. And on top of that, I worked until the day I had her.
You really did.
She was born on July 20th. I went to work on July 20th. I was in labor.
So yeah, like for real, you guys, I really don't think there are some men that truly appreciate what women do, but there are a lot of men out there that take us having a baby for granted. Mm-hmm. It's not easy.
No.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing. It is. I mean, bringing in a life into the world and being able to say that you brought a life into the world is amazing.
Right.
But everything that can come with it, it's tough. It's truly tough.
It was a lot different than my first, I will say. I was 23 when I had Samay.
You were a young whippersnapper.
And it was literally like, oh, my baby's here, you know? And I don't know. It was just like, oh, she's adorable and this. Okay, when Z was born, of course, I love her. I cried and she was beautiful. But I was trying so hard to connect. I'm like, I don't know if it was me connecting to the baby or me connecting just to the situation itself. Here I go. I have kid number 2. Like, my wheels were turning from the moment she was born. I felt like I couldn't have that rest to just enjoy the moment. I think I'm enjoying it now that my head's not as cloudy about the situation, but it was definitely a struggle to try and get there.
And it is. And I understand what you're saying about the first one. When I had Ani, I was still in high school, guys. So yes, definitely young, body's young. I was still active and walking and running and doing everything else. So that was easy for me. I had Gianni and, you know, it was, of course, emergency C-section, which scared the living daylights out of me. But it happened, and my mom said the first thing I said was, "My baby looks Mexican." But of course, I was high off of these drugs, and then I see this little beige baby with all this black hair, and I mean, she was hairy everywhere, and I was like, "She looks like a little Mexican." But her dad is he has Native American, and you know, and with me, I got some of everything,
right?
So yeah, she came out looking Hispanic. But then she had to have surgery right after she was born. However, I was young. My mental state was a little better. I had my mom's support. My teachers came to see me. Like, it was a lot of support. And so that was different. I was easy. It was good. Went through her having surgery well, took that well. She came home. We were good. When I was pregnant with Nemo, honey, I was still working at Caesar's Palace, stand-up job. And of course, had just gotten married. Like, God so has a sense of humor, because I was like, I don't want another baby till I get married. Boop, there you go. So he was truly the honeymoon baby. But, my pregnancy was rough. It was hard. I went through a lot of emotions, a lot of sickness. I didn't have any of that with Gianni. Yeah. And I was, what am I now? 30? He's 4. I was 25 when I got pregnant again. Yeah. So yeah, it was completely different. And then with you were pregnant. You were 28 when it first, or 29?
No, 29.
29.
Yeah, I just turned 30.
So yeah, just even getting a little bit up there, like, our bodies are changing as we get older. Yeah. And we are already trying to, keep our mental state together, because you're already a mother. You already got other stuff going on. Yeah. We're already not given to ourselves. Right. And so now we get pregnant and it's like, well, shit, how does this fit into everything?
I think that was more of the problem, is trying to get a routine. And on top of that, my parents moved to Mexico a week after I had the baby. So my support, literally my foundation, just gone.
I think that played a major factor in that, because you guys, Lex has awesome parents. Her dad is my MCM. And her mom is just the sweetest little, she's so funny too, because she talks like a lot of mess to Lex. And I think that's hilarious. But she has like true parents, like, what do you need? We got you parents. Yeah. Even with them being in Mexico, it's still, what do you need? We got you. But without them being there, I knew that was going to be something completely new for you.
It affected me really bad. I mean, I still miss them, of course, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. Or even if things aren't together at the moment, like, I'm putting all the pieces together for myself. So, I mean, that's making the situation better, because I feel like I have that independence that I needed, because I really, they were my everything, really, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, just dealing with all that. But here we go, we're getting better.
You definitely are getting better. And sorry guys, I'm rude, I didn't put my phone on vibrate.
Mine was just
my bad.
Mine was just vibrating off the table down here.
But we just kind of wanted to more so touch base on some symptoms. So if you see them, you don't ignore them.
Yeah.
We're going to kind of give you guys some ways to treat those things, how to kind of get past it. And it may, for some people, it takes longer than 2 months. Some people can have postpartum for a year.
That's true.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just as long as you're taking the steps to get better one day at a time, and a support system is so needed. We just kind of want to give you guys some information. You guys know how we do. We like information.
Yeah.
And we're just going to try to have fun with it. But it is a really important show, and it won't be all, laughs and giggles. But I really think that this needs to get out because it's really important for women to know what they're going through and how to deal with it, because sometimes we just put off our feelings.
Yeah.
Especially if we have a family already and we don't take the time to take care of ourselves, and it can lead to some really bad things. You can have depression for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And we don't need that. We don't want any of you guys to have to deal with that.
Right.
So some of the symptoms that I found to look out for is uncontrollable anger. You just truly are angry for no reason. You have no idea why. Anxiety is a big one.
Yep.
Feeling anxious about every little situation. I remember I was anxious about cooking dinner. And I'm like, this is something I do. Why am I so nervous about it?
That was me. And I remember texting you a few times, like, how the fuck do you do this? How do you cook dinner for family? Like,
And I told her, I said, Lex, look, I said, you got this. Like, as women, we just naturally have it. It just has to be tapped into. Yeah. And that's all I would keep telling her. Like, you got this. Like, you want me to send you a couple easy recipes? Like,
did.
I got you. The easiest thing to do is the oven. That is the simplest way to cook anything.
Dude, I got to cook for a family.
Girl, throw some chicken and potatoes and vegetables all in one pan. Throw some cream of chicken over it and let that shit bake.
And the best part, she said, I don't cook every day.
Yeah, I told her. I said,
Thank
I don't.
you.
Not
Okay,
every
great.
day. We order pizza.
I had pizza
Brandon cooks.
the other day. Yeah.
We Burger King it out from time to time. I mean, it happens when you're busy.
Yeah.
Do not, ladies, for real, don't feel like you have to cook every night. Like, you don't. I don't care who's telling you do. You don't. Because if you're working too, and you're taking care of your family, it's okay if you don't cook every night.
Yeah.
Or you can cook like a big pot of something, like 2 things.
Right.
Put some in some freezer bags.
That's what I've been doing.
And let it go.
Or I've been buying like the big ass ground beef and it turns into like tacos one night, spaghetti the next night, meatballs.
I told you get it.
Boom.
You
good.
definitely will get it. But yeah, that anxiety. And then you feel guilty.
Yes.
You feel guilty if you don't cook.
Yeah.
You feel guilty if you're not taking care of everybody. You feel guilty about everything.
And let me say about the guilt part. I felt real guilty, the baby crying. And granted, she's not a cry baby. Like, she doesn't cry all day. She doesn't have what the babies have, colic, that cry all day. She doesn't have any of that. She's a pretty tamed baby, but there was moments where I was feeling anxious and she would cry, and it's okay to let them cry if you need a minute. Like, don't feel like they're gonna break and you have to pick them up. Like, walk away. I've had to walk away many a times out of the room.
Crying builds character.
Oh, she's got character.
That's why Nemo got so much character.
Right. He's like, I cried it out. But yeah, I just had to put that one out there. Walk away if you need to. Make sure they're in a secure spot where they're not going to hurt themselves. Put them down and walk out the room if you need to. Take a few minutes. Take a breather.
It is okay.
Yeah.
And if you need to, like, literally put your baby, and I know a lot of mothers will be like, oh my God, did she really say that? No. If you have a pack and play and you lay that little baby down for a minute, make sure that they are propped up the way they're supposed to be. You walk outside if you need to for a minute.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath of fresh air.
That's true.
Tune out the crying and get yourself together, because you are no good to that baby. A mess, because they are still feeding off of your emotions, and you're going to make them anxious. You're going to make them have all these emotions. Then they're going to be all nervous and reckless. And yes, babies do get it. And so you have to take that moment. You truly do. People are like, oh my God, you can't leave the baby for a minute. Yes, fuck you can. You truly can.
Because I will tell a story. Middle of the night with that stuff, getting no sleep, I held her and almost passed out. I almost fell on the floor and I stumbled. I said, I'm putting her down. I can't do this. And I walked out the room, and her father picked her up and said, it's all good. I got it. I'm like, all right, cool. I can't. And slept the whole night. I didn't touch her the whole night. I was like, I can't. It's all right.
And you have to do this because if you don't, it'll cause resentment.
Yeah.
And you'll have this personal feeling towards your child, and your child did nothing to deserve it.
That's right.
So you really have to watch these things, which is why this show is so important. Mm-hmm. But you also feel hopelessness, like things are never going to come together. You're never going to get it. And this happens a lot with new moms.
Yes.
You feel really hopeless. Like you're like, I'm never going to know how to do this thing, especially if you have a baby who cries. You guys, babies cry. They cry sometimes for absolutely no reason. And that's because they don't talk yet.
Yeah.
They don't have any other way to show their emotion. It's just the crying.
Yep.
So it's okay if they cry. That doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It doesn't mean that you're not doing everything absolutely right and then some.
Yeah.
Babies cry, you guys.
True that.
They truly cry. Nemo cried a lot.
Yeah.
So trust me, I know. He drove me crazy. He cried a lot. And it was a loud cry.
Ooh.
Like one of those loud, wake everyone in the house. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why he talks so loud now. He was just meant to be loud. He was just giving us a warning.
You're like inside voice.
He doesn't have an inside voice.
Right.
You also have a loss of interest in pleasure and activities you used to love.
Yeah.
You just don't want to deal with them anymore. You just don't want to do it.
It's true.
That's why we kind of paused our show for a minute, because Lex had 1,000,002 things on her mind. The show was just not that important. And to me, I felt she needed to take that time for herself.
Yeah. I appreciate it too. The whole Beat family, they were so supportive and behind me with all that. So thank you guys.
Now, did you deal with fatigue and loss of appetite? Because I didn't know that was like one. Fatigue, yes, but the loss of appetite, I didn't know that was one to look out for as well.
I did, and I didn't know that was a symptom of it. And it started even before I had her. I was not eating.
I remember you telling me that. You were like, yeah, all I had today was like a little bowl of fruit. Yeah. I'm like, that's it, Lex?
That's it, and water. I just did not want to eat. I don't know what it was, and sure enough, she came out 6 pounds 8 ounces. She was a little thing.
She's so tiny.
She is
little bitty.
She's barely 9 pounds now.
I know nothing about that.
Yeah, all my kids are big, are little.
Jeez.
Samay was 7 pounds even. So
well, that's a good size.
Yeah.
Samay looked more chunky when she came out, though. I think she was just compact with lots of rolls. She had little rolls.
Oh my God.
She was a chunky something.
We need to post pictures of our babies.
Absolutely.
On the page.
She had so much hair too.
We'll invite all the women to post their little babies.
Yeah, we can, and then that'll make you guys feel better, because especially you guys listening that dealt with postpartum, or even that are dealing with it at this moment.
Yeah.
When you celebrate your kids and you talk about it with people, it makes you feel like you did a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And then that triggers something in us. Those serotonin levels, which are so important.
Absolutely.
It brings that happiness and that joy, and then you're happy about the situation.
Right.
And that's another thing that I guess we can dive into, making sure your serotonin levels are where they need to be will definitely help you, because when we get pregnant, our hormones go all over the place. Right. Then we get these emotions and we cry more and we're sad more and we're tired, and the serotonin level decreases and it decreases and it decreases. So making sure those levels stay afloat are really important. Yeah. One supplement that I used to take, I don't know if you remember, it was that 5-HTP. Yeah. Which definitely, it's a mood stabilizer. Right. And I looked it up. It doesn't harm the baby. Some doctors may be against it. However, yes, definitely talk to your doctor first, of course. But that was one thing that helped me after I had Nemo. And you guys, I dealt with postpartum for 1.5 years before I even know I had it. Crazy. I had no idea why I was just so moody all the time. My anxiety was on super high levels. And until I really took that moment to realize I never dealt with myself after I had the baby, I never knew to do these things for myself. Yeah. So my postpartum was long, you guys. So don't think that I must be okay because it's been 1.5 years. No. It just all depends on when you start dealing with it.
Exactly.
And so, what did you do? Like, did you take any supplements or like do anything for yourself that helped you?
I didn't take any supplements, but I will say one small adjustment was getting up in the morning as if I were going somewhere. So like actually taking a shower, nice warm shower, doing your hair. You don't have to do all the makeup and all that stuff. I mean, I throw on some lipstick, but that helped me. Feeling like I am getting prepared for my day. Honestly, being in like my pajamas and shit like that was making shit worse. Like, I don't know why. Maybe because I felt like I was not motivated to do anything. That's why they say put your best foot forward, because it's like get up and prepare for your day.
Absolutely.
Even if you're not going out, you have to set that as like a part of your routine. That helped me 100%.
That's awesome.
And asking for help and just talking about it.
Yeah, you guys, because she shut me out for quite some time.
I did. And
I didn't know how to take it. I'm the jealous friend. I'm like, ma'am, you don't call me no more. You don't text me no more. And then I felt bad because I was super busy with my life. I didn't realize how long it had been since I had really talked to you.
Yeah.
Until I sat in my bed one moment. I'm like, damn, I haven't seen or talked to Alexa in like over a month. What the hell is going on?
Time.
And so I reached out to her and I said, look, woman, talk to me. Like, what's going on? Like, what's up? You
All of
gotta
it came
talk to
out.
me.
The floodgates opened after that. Yeah, no, I almost felt like a burden, which I guess that's the worst way you can feel. Like you're not good. I wasn't good for myself, so I felt like I'm going to be horrible for other people. So let me keep my negative energy over here and I'll just kind of deal with it. But I wasn't dealing with it.
But what she has to understand is she has a great friend in me. And I know she has a couple other great friends, but I have dumped a lot on her. And that's what I told her. Like, you've been there for me for small shit. You just had a whole baby. Like, let's talk about this. Like, I know how to do this. I've been a mother for 13 years. Let's go ahead and work this thing out, girl. Like, I got you.
Oh, you're my go-to.
I got you.
When
I
it
promise.
comes to all that, I'm like, let me know what you did, okay? Because I need help.
And you guys have to remind yourself, and oh my God, like, if you guys are going to support somebody that's going through it, don't make it seem like you're a perfect mother. I told Lex, I fucked up a lot. Like, you're gonna mess up, but your kids are still going to think the world of you. I just had to keep reminding her, Samay thinks you're the most amazing person in the world. Yeah. So I'm sure baby Azalea is going to think the same thing, if not even more. Yeah. And so those are some things to remember too. And you guys, if you have a friend going through it, just remind them of that. Like, babies don't see your mess that you see. Yeah. They can't see what's inside your head. They don't know that you forgot to put drawers on this morning when you left the house. I was going to
say, they don't know the dishes are in the sink.
They don't know
Relax.
this stuff. Yeah. All they care about is that you hugged them. You kissed them. When they told you they were hungry, you fed them. You gave them fruit snacks. Like, that's the little stuff kids pay attention to. Right. Nemo gets so excited if he gets candy. Honey, let me tell you, we become the best parents in the whole world if we give him candy. Oh, yeah. So you guys got to start appreciating the little things and understand that that's really all small kids are paying attention to. Yeah. That's truly all that matters to them. Yep. It really is. Mm-hmm. Another thing, and we've been saying it throughout the show, talk to people. Yeah. You have to talk to people. Yeah.
Open up. Say what you need to say, even if it sounds crazy coming out your mouth. If you think like, oh my God, like today I felt like this. Today I didn't want to do this. Today I left the whole house a mess. Like, just talk it out. Find that friend that you can just dump it all on. If they're a good friend, they're gonna appreciate just letting you air it all out.
Absolutely.
So,
you guys, I don't know why my phone is making all this noise. I'm sorry. I could have swore I turned it off. I guess I turned it back on, sitting here talking. My bad. You guys know we're raw. Lois, you don't have to cut none of that out.
Yeah, just leave it.
My bad.
Forget it.
But no, other than talking to people, take care of yourself, meaning what you eat. Your time for yourself, your meditation, exercising. You guys, when me and Lex, I don't know if you remember, those of you that have been our Facebook friends, when we went into that hard working out 3 to 4 times a week, like really doing its supplements, eating right.
Yeah.
Do you guys know that really broke me out of my deep depression phase? Like I started feeling completely different.
That was that time frame.
Yes,
You're
that is when I
right.
turned into the woman I am now. I was in a really dark place, and Lex was like, you know what? We need to like find some time for us. We have to, do this. And so we joined the gym.
Yep.
We even got a damn personal trainer that charged an arm and a leg for 30 fucking minutes. But anyway, we used to have really good workouts. We had fun while we did it. We didn't give a fuck what nobody was looking at. We were in there and we felt sexy.
And
so
we
that's
let
all
it
that
out
matters.
too.
Yes.
That was our time to just talk about our days and our weeks, and it was great. Yeah, that was a great time.
It was a really good time. And so now I work out after work, and it's hard because I really just want to go home and get in my bed.
Because you have 1,000,001 things going on.
Exactly. But it feels so good, even if I just do 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like this past week, I didn't work out because I had this freaking tooth issue.
Oh, yeah.
But this week, I could tell the difference in how great I felt last week. And then how I'm feeling at the end of this week. I'm super tired. I'm groggy. I feel like I have no energy. But guess what? That made me, I can't wait to go to the gym on Monday. Like I'm excited to get back into the gym on Monday.
That's another misconception with, I know it's kind of off subject, but with like working out and stuff, when you feel tired and you don't want to do it, it's not going to make you, it might make you tired and sleep good for the night, but it's going to give you so much more energy throughout your week.
And it's good energy.
It's good energy,
It's really good. It's better than chugging back those energy drinks.
Exactly. Those
thinking
are
that you
horrible.
need to, drink coffee all day. A cup of coffee in the morning, absolutely, that's cool. Some people have 2. That's fine. But there's some people that literally sit and drink coffee all day because they can't stay focused and they can't stay awake. Yeah. You know what helps you focus? Exercise. It's just as simple as that. It can be, they say, studies show that just 15 minutes a day of just some type of, it could be jumping jacks, honey. It can be doing sit-ups at home. You can be doing leg lifts at home. You don't have to go to a gym.
This is true.
And I'm saying this because I feel the difference of when I sat on my ass at work and then, because I have a sitting job.
Yeah.
Then I get home and all I want to do is lay in my bed. So my body is just laying and
all
sitting
day.
and laying and sitting.
Yeah.
And what motivated me is I saw my husband he downloaded this Nike app and he started getting up and going to run like early in the morning. I'm looking at him crazy because I'm like, it's still dark outside. But his day starts at 6 a.m. So he has to go run at 5 a.m. so he can get it in. But he looked better. He felt better. His mood was better. I said, you know what, Whitney? It's time.
You're like, I need some of that.
I need to get right. I was jealous. I'm like, I want to feel the way he feels. Like he bouncing around here with all this energy. I need that in my life. So yeah, absolutely, you guys. That's important. If you can, even if you just go walk around your neighborhood.
That's true. Yeah, especially and dealing with the postpartum. Put the baby in the
stroller.
In the stroller. Take a walk. Yep.
And if you want to have a weighted walk, hang the baby on one of those little
carriers. The carriers.
And then that way you're weighted. Because the baby weighs at least 7 pounds or so.
That's
or
a
by
good
the time
idea.
you want to take them outside, they're probably in the 8-pound mark because they've been home for a little while.
Yeah.
But that's 8 pounds. You're walking with 8 pounds of baby. So now you're doing weighted cardio.
There we go.
Which some people that hit the gym don't even do it.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, you guys, there's definitely ways of doing that. I know we got so excited about exercise, but that just lets you guys know how much fun we had when we did it. We had a lot of fun. We really did.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Another time is you time.
Yep.
Going to get your nails done or going to get a pedicure. Or like Alexa, taking some time and going in Target and going through all the aisles where the makeup and the hair care.
Oh my God. Target. Yes. That's definitely one of my stress relievers is going into Target. Yes.
Yeah, Target's a fun store. They get you, man, because they make their aisles just look they're catchy. The way they set stuff up, they got the perfect lighting. They're smart.
I'm telling you.
They know what they're doing.
That little the little red Target.
It gets you. Yep. It definitely does. Because I don't even like Walmart no more. I go to Walmart and I'm disgusted. I'm like, ugh, why I got to come in this damn store?
Poor Walmart.
Going Target, I get excited. Like, ooh, what do I need? What don't I need? But I'm going to buy because it's set up cute.
Exactly right.
Yeah, you time is okay, mothers. It's okay. And Alexa had to teach me this. It is okay to take some time for you.
Yeah.
This podcast is truly my time.
Yeah.
Like on my way here, I'll get coffee. Sometimes Los will get us breakfast and we'll talk for a little bit, chill, laugh with each other, do our show. And then now I'm ready to go and be a mom again because I had me time. Mm-hmm. So whatever your outlet is, if it's taking a moment to journal or taking a moment to, hell, go have a couple shots. I don't care. Whatever. Sometimes we have those nights. Yeah. Me and Lex will send pictures like, this is what I'm doing tonight.
Same
this
here.
Is my me time.
Right. That's true.
Whatever works for you, just don't forget about you. Mm-hmm. Because when you forget about you, that's when you get lost and you're not in tune with the way that you feel. And that's when postpartum, like for me, can go on for over a year. Right. So I'm really proud of you and happy that you caught it before it lingered on as long as mine did.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I noticed it from jump, like literally got on my phone and looked it up type of shit. I was like, I think this is what I'm dealing with. Because I was having moments where I was sitting in bed and I just start crying. And I'm not talking about tears just rolling down my face like Denzel Washington. It was like it was some crying. Like I was like in a ball crying. So, those moments come and sometimes you don't deal with it. I know, we're saying, have you time in this. And sometimes you don't and you can't. But just let it out. Don't hold it in. Let it out. And that's exactly what I did. I spent 10 minutes just sitting there letting it all out.
A good cry sometimes is really like all you need.
That's it.
A good cry is, man, it really feels amazing. You just say CVS Pharmacy.
CVS is calling me.
She just got a call from CVS.
Oh, my prenatal. See, there you go. Okay, vitamins. Bam, right there. They're ready for pickup. But no, yeah, just let it out. And that's what I did. I let it out. I washed my face. I was good to go.
And yeah, crying. Sometimes I haven't had a good cry.
It's
like,
necessary.
okay, I cried when my tooth was like kicking my butt and I realized I had an exposed nerve. So y'all, I cried like a baby. I was like kicking and screaming. But no, like just, even if it's just a moment to reflect and you start crying, don't feel bad. If you are at work and you feel the need to cry, excuse yourself. Yeah. They'll get it together.
I was going to say, they'll understand.
The show will still go on.
Right.
And when I say me time, I wanted to get back to this, ladies. That doesn't even necessarily mean that you have to leave your home or leave your family. There was a time where I would come home from work and I would tell the kids, give me about 20 minutes. I'd go in the room, I'd lock the door, I'd turn on like some music, and I would just sit there and deflect, get all of my day off of me, all of my depression thoughts off of me, just everything, just get it off of me. And that's when I learned the saging and the smudging of your home. I know it's not for everybody, but it's for me. And the scent of sage to me is calming, but I believe in smudging. So once I started smudging my home, that helped me as well. I'm big on energy. Yeah. So once I got into like my stones, and you guys, I just have to put this out there. This is so off subject. Doing the smudging and being in touch with energy and stones and things from the earth is not the devil. So I just had to give that disclaimer out there because there's a lot of women that I think would benefit from this, but because they grew up in a certain religion, they think that it means you don't believe in God. It doesn't, because I believe in a higher power. Absolutely. Yeah. And he put these things
I was going to say, there's
on
God
the earth.
In that. Yeah.
So that you can benefit from these things, but it's all in how you look at it. But just know these things help me. Yeah. But if you're home and you just take 20, it's amazing what 20 minutes can do for you. 20 minutes. Just take it to yourself. If you need to cry for 5 of those minutes, if you need to yell into a pillow for 5 of those minutes, done it. Just have a moment for yourself. It's so important.
Sit in silence.
Yes. I mean, oh my God, yes. I drive home in silence at night.
I'm telling
Windows down, just quiet.
Radio off. I just sit there in silence. It helps. That's one of my big ones. So that's a part of the meditation. And because a lot of people say, I don't know how to meditate. I can't meditate. I'm like, all you have to do is sit. Sit. My brain is thinking of a million things. That's okay. You're not trained yet. Right. But you will train yourself to turn it off. And that's why I can come back to center sometimes.
Exactly. And those of you that say you don't know how to turn your brain off, concentrate on your breathing.
That's it.
When you start concentrating on your breathing, next thing you know, you're not concentrating on anything. It's almost as if you black out.
Yeah.
I fell asleep meditating because I was so relaxed.
That's a good meditation.
And I woke up and I was like, whoa, well, all right. I feel good now. Like I really fell asleep, and I had to been asleep for a minute because when I first started meditating, the sun was out. When I woke up, it was dark.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Yeah, I meditated myself to sleep.
That's
but
a
I
good
felt
one.
so good after that.
Right. I even started getting Same into meditating. There's children's apps, and there's cosmic yoga and things like that on YouTube that you can check out, and it helps focus the kids.
I need that for Nemo.
Do it.
Please show me them.
I sure will. And at first, because they're little, they're gonna only sit there for about a minute, but it's okay because eventually it will work up to it. So that also helps when your kids are tamed, at least for a little bit, because I cannot have you running amok and the baby's over here crying. I'm going to freaking explode. So
that's when you just tie your kids up to a chair.
So she has learned as well to just kind of, mom needs help, because a lot of the times I'll hop in the shower and I hear her crying, and I'm like, fuck, I got to get out of the shower and I got to go do this and this. Samay runs her little butt inside and she's like, Mom, I put the bottle in her mouth. Like, you use your kids, okay? If you have more than one, use them.
And then if you have that older child, it makes them not feel jealous, because now they're like, I'm mommy's helper.
Yep.
Like, like with Gianni, she had a moment because she was my baby for 8 years, you guys.
That's
it was just her.
Time. Yeah.
And when Nemo came along, I told her, I said, now you are the I still remind her, you're the big sister. Like, you got this. You've been through this. Help me with your brother. Help him understand. Now it goes without saying. Gianni is on top of it. Nemo sometimes gets to acting wild and crazy. She knows I'm trying to take a moment. She'll be like, Nemo, you need to calm down.
I've heard her say it. Yeah.
You need to calm down.
Yeah.
And so it's okay. Like it makes them feel like they have a place too, because no, they're not the baby anymore. They're still your baby.
Yeah.
But if you show them, you're this much older than your little brother or your little sister. So show them, some of these things, and, teach them some of the things that you do. But my kids are night and day. So yeah, they're so opposite.
Right.
They are nothing like one another, but they still love each other, fighting and all. I still catch them in like the sweetest moments. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. And that brings me peace.
Yes. Absolutely.
And I'm sure Samay, taking with her little funny. Samay's the funniest child, you guys. If you guys ever get the pleasure of meeting her, she is hilarious. But just seeing her in that role is so awesome, because I remember when she was just mommy, mommy, mommy. Nobody else look at me. Don't talk to me. Don't say nothing to me. It's about my mommy or her abuela. Or that, like, no, like she wouldn't even, oh my God. I remember when she wouldn't talk to Brandon.
Yes.
And he was like, no, one day you're going to love me. And it happened. She loves him now.
He said, I'm going to wear her
I'm going
out.
to wear you out. I'm going to bother you every time I see you.
Yeah. Now it's a high five and a hug and hey, how you doing?
But even just right now, just us reflecting on our kids, that was therapy for me. Because you guys, I'm so exhausted. I'm working like a Jamaican around here. But I just talking about them in the happy moments, you guys, even that helps. Yeah, it truly does. Reflecting on how you created this beautiful life, like you did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the guys helped. They, slept with you. They donated,
right.
But you had the responsibility of carrying this life for 10 months. You guys, it's a long time.
It's damn near a year.
And then you had to stay afloat this whole time, because you can't damage this life. Yeah. So this life is really your responsibility, and your responsibility only at this time. Right. It's up to you. And so congratulate yourself for that.
Absolutely.
You made it through creating a life inside of you. Like, for real, you guys, I got to keep saying this, but you're creating a whole life inside of you. Yeah. Like, it starts out at like this little bitty tiny seed situation. Right. And within 10 months, your body has created a whole life. With eyes and a nose and mouth and limbs and a brain and organs and just everything. And you did that. Yeah. You did. Absolutely. Your body did that. Of course, the Most High did it, but he trusted us, he or she, whichever you believe in. Yeah. Trusted us enough, us, not men, trusted us to be the carriers. So if anything, congratulate yourself on that and
Pat
that
on
alone.
the back, moms.
Absolutely.
There's something else I wanted to touch on. It goes into it with just being, a part of the stress factors, but I'm like really gonna start looking into this shit. Fucking the maternity leave. Okay, I had to go back to work after 6 weeks.
Yep.
That shit fucking sucks. That is not enough time at home with your baby. I think it should at least mandatory be 12 weeks. No matter what job you do, it should be 12 weeks. And for it to go unpaid, that fucked me up because I have shit that I need to pay. And I have a baby that I need to buy shit for. I went back to work. I still don't have a paycheck yet. I'm still I get paid next week. And I'm sitting, and that's such a big fucking stress
factor.
6 weeks is not enough. I cannot stand it. I don't know. Is this a law or can jobs?
It all depends on the company because I'll tell you now.
They can say whatever.
For example, Solar City gives up to 12 weeks.
See?
I want to say your first 6 weeks is full pay.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, I think it drops down to like 80% or 70 or 60, something like that. But it drops. But you still get paid something.
You're still getting some income.
And you're allowed to take your full 12 weeks. It's up to you on when you come back. And they actually tell you, don't just come back because you want to come back to work. We need your doctor to say, yes, you can come back to work. And they believe in taking the time. I think Apple was another company. They actually gave Brandon, I think, a week off. Dads never get the paternity leave.
That's true.
I thought that was awesome of that company to do. He got, I think it was a week he got to stay home with us. Yeah. And they allowed him to take that paternity leave to be home with us. And that week mattered. Of course, he would have wanted to stay longer. Yeah. But he was like, mommy's home. So, that's good. But 6 weeks is normally the norm. I didn't know that they didn't pay at all.
They didn't pay it.
That's weird to me, especially with you working in a doctor's office. I think it also goes to show how much they value their employees.
Exactly right.
Because there's some companies, like I know call centers are not the greatest, but they typically have the best plans for maternity leave. Expedia gave 12 weeks.
Jesus
and
Christ.
You would get paid for that 12 weeks off of maternity leave.
Oh, and check this out. They only give 8 weeks to women who have cesareans. That is not enough healing time.
The doctor says you have to stay home for 12.
This is my job.
But that's a doctor's office.
I guess you have
that's
to.
I guess
you have to take a note because that's what they told me.
Crazy.
That's what they told me.
That's crazy. When you have a C-section, I'm a witness. 6 weeks is when you're finally moving, a little better and everything else. However, I have a high tolerance for pain and I'm hard-headed. I did go back to work after 6 weeks, but it's just me. But some women heal differently, and you're getting longer. All of your stomach muscles cut through and stretched out.
Yes.
And then they're like moving shit over and then taking the baby out. Right. And then moving the shit back, putting this little super glue on your incision, and you're just supposed to,
Oh God, I sympathize for you women who went through that. Jeez.
So
Louise.
yeah, they definitely should give women time, only because that bonding is important.
It is.
Women who breastfeed, that time is important.
Right.
So yeah, that's
I'm
that's
just
a
gonna
whole
say,
nother thing. That is crazy.
I'm just gonna say, one of the doctors straight up when I started the first day asked me, "You're not breastfeeding, are you?" Worried about me stopping in between time to go pump.
Do you know that by law they have to give you time to pump if you needed to?
Right. But he asked me that.
That insensitive bitch. I'm
telling you.
Y'all, forgive me. Now I'm going to go there. Men.
Go ahead.
You guys.
Yes.
With postpartum. I need you guys to do your homework on it.
Please.
If you have already a girl who has a baby, or if you plan on, getting your girl pregnant or wife pregnant, whatever, I need you to really understand postpartum is not something we choose.
Yeah.
So you need to learn compassion.
Yes.
You have to learn how to, sometimes we just want to be left the fuck alone. Just take the baby and go. Like, get out of our face. Just go for a minute. Don't internalize it. Take it as you're doing us a favor.
Please.
And you are helping us get better.
Yeah.
Hugs are needed.
Yes.
Telling us we're beautiful. do you guys know what women go through with our bodies when we get pregnant, especially those that don't have the genetics to just snap back to little bitty? I'm never going to be little bitty. I've went ahead. I've made that up in my mind. It is what it is.
Done it.
So
I've done that too.
Yeah, like, and we get depressed because there's the women on Facebook talking about snap back and I have 4 kids and I only weigh 120. That's fine, lady. But look, the way my genetics is set up and the way I love food, I ain't got the snap back.
Nope.
However, that doesn't make me any less beautiful. And I need you to understand that I should be even more beautiful to you because I just gave you life.
Yes.
I just gave you life. And that was one thing I can commend Brandon on, and I'll never forget. I get emotional when I think about it, but right after I had Nemo, he kissed me on the forehead, and he was like, "You are so beautiful." He was like, "I'm proud of you." Do y'all know those words?
Makes a difference.
Just
Huge
those words.
difference.
And like, I looked a hot damn mess after I had Nemo. I did. My nose gets so huge. Oh my God, you guys. That
she
pregnant
says that
nose.
all the time.
Jeez, my nose spreads over my whole face. But for him to tell me that, it meant the world. Men, seriously, compassion and understanding, and also allow us to vent with you. And if we're mad at you because we're having a moment,
don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal at that moment. When I'm having a better moment, be like, "Babe, you kind of wild out on me the other day, right?"
There you go, right.
And then that way, when we're in our right mind, we can apologize and be like, "Babe, these hormones, like I'm tripping
we can laugh
right
it
now."
off and have a moment.
But for you to attack me at that moment, we're not going to get anywhere.
It's going to make it worse.
It's going to make my depression even worse. And it's going to make this process a lot longer. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be. You guys I'm not saying just take it all. I mean, sometimes, I know we're moody, but postpartum is real. It's not something we make up in our mind. Our body goes through a lot.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the times the men, when they're preparing for the baby, they're thinking of just the financial stuff. Like, okay, we need to have the diapers, and they're preparing for that stuff. And that's great too. But yeah, make sure you're looking into the postpartum, because postpartum isn't just the depression. Postpartum is the whole everything that's happening after you have the baby. I mean, think about it. Like, I felt really great when I was pregnant. I mean, I had my moments because it started coming towards the end. But as far as how I felt, and I was dressing up and I was wearing all these cute dresses and these little kimonos, and I thought I was the cutest thing ever.
Sexy maternity pictures.
I felt so good. And the moment she popped out, I just felt like this disconnect. It was just like, boop, you know what I mean? And I felt empty inside. I was like, dang, like, what do I do now? I really felt like, okay, I'm carrying this kid. I have a purpose. And then she came out and I was just like, the rug was just pulled from right under me. This has been therapy for me.
And that's
just letting it all out. I'm starting to make the connections in my head now.
And
it's
that's
crazy.
a good thing. Like, it truly, truly is. But like how you said, it's past the whole depression thing. It's more than that, you guys.
It's more, yeah.
It's your woman finding herself again. It's her feeling like she has a purpose other than carrying this baby, like you said. Like, let her know she's valued. I understand kids take up a lot of our time. Yeah. But if you're with someone and this is your someone you love, take a moment for them. Like, seriously, if the kids are asleep and, it's quiet, just take a moment with them. Even if it's just sitting and talk. How was your day? How are you feeling today?
That's a big one.
Like, how are the kids today? Are you feeling good? Is there anything I can do? Those small words and things mean a lot. Now, men, I'm not saying that you guys don't go through things. Yeah. It will be your turn to be catered to. Yeah. But if you don't get us right, we can't give you what you need because it just doesn't work that way. And that's with any relationship. If a mate is empty, they have nothing to pour into you. Yeah. So you got to help fill them up so that they can give you something in return. That's why relationships, they're not like people say, it's like 50-50. No, it's 100-100.
Absolutely.
You guys have to give everything.
Everything.
And if you're empty, guess what? Now I got 100. So I'm going to go ahead and give you 50 of my 100 so that you can at least be at your halfway mark. Like, it's important. And I know some women who are by themselves having babies, which there's too many in this world. Man. But for those of you that are by yourselves and you don't have this man, if you have a sister or a mother or a good friend, talk to him and really tell them, I kind of need you right now.
Yeah.
If they're not there, that's not your friend.
Yeah.
But a real friend is gonna be there for you, period. Like, it doesn't matter, even if it's just by phone or FaceTime, whatever, they're gonna be there for you. Because I told Lex, I'm busy as shit. However, if you text me or you call me, I'll respond. Like, I'm never gonna ignore you. And that just, those little things really matter. But
Absolutely.
men, seriously, find your soft side.
Yes.
You don't have to be so hard. It's okay.
That's true.
And if I cry to make me not feel crazy, if you know how to make yourself cry on demand, just cry with me. Let's just cry together. So I feel like I'm not crazy. Let's just take a moment and cry. And then that way, when we get done, I'm like, you know what? He cried too. So it's all right. We were crying together. But just some little tidbits. I think that it'll go a long way, and it'll also improve you guys' relationship.
Oh yeah. Once you can get out of that, I think the growing pains, they call it, it'll make you guys so much better. I'm going through that myself right now. Not to go so far in deep with my relationship, but there was a huge struggle. And
I know you remember when me and Brandon,
we're climbing out of it.
It was hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. Whether you're just dating or, it doesn't matter. If you're in a relationship, having a baby, whew, Lord.
I know.
Because things change.
Yeah.
The time you guys had for each other changes.
Yeah.
The things you're able to do with each other changes. Mm-hmm. It changes.
Yeah.
So
it's
just
compassion. It's compassion for each other. Remember why you came together in the first place and stay in that moment. That'll help. For sure.
Absolutely. And remember that the baby is not always going to be a baby. And eventually you'll be able to just leave them home by themselves and go hang out.
Yep. That's the silver lining. I'm like, she's not going to be like this forever. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to remember that. They're not. And they're not always going to cry. Eventually they'll be able to come to you and be like, Mom, I'm hungry. Or,
Right.
Mom, come wipe me. I just pooped. Yeah, that's Nemo's thing.
Oh man. Oh, I remember that.
Smells so awful.
I remember that. May, she'd be like, I pooped. Mom.
Yep, that's Nemo. I pooped, Mom. I
Wipe
pooped.
my butt. Come wipe my butt.
I remember she left the door open once, and there was a lot of people over there.
She does not care.
Mom, I pooped.
Dude, she's notorious for
goodness.
leaving the door open. She does not care.
She doesn't care at all.
She's such a boy.
She's
so weird.
awesome.
I do want to throw out this. I found a cool website and a phone number. If you, like you said, if you don't have anyone, if you need to reach out to someone, you can call 1-800-944-4773. And the website is postpartum.net. And it's the Postpartum Support International. So you can go to that and they can actually pull up almost like a FaceTime, like a video chat. Or you can just call.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. Or just get on the blogs and read what other women, because sometimes you just need to know that you're not alone. And you can read other women's stories and makes you feel better.
That's really awesome. Well, Lex has a friend who wrote an amazing poem for us, and we kind of want to share it with you.
Yep.
And it was by Krista, right? That's who wrote it?
Yes.
So, yeah, Krista wrote it, and it's really, really dope. So.
And she's awesome because she literally heard that I was doing the postpartum stuff, and I said, do you want to just kind of, because I know she went through it, and she was one of the people that reached out to me when I said I was going through this stuff, and she's like, I went through it. If you need to talk, I'm here. And I said, hey, do you want to write 1 or 2 sentences for me about how you felt? She's like, okay. She came back with the whole poem. So
that's what we're going to close our show out with, you guys.
Yeah.
So we hope that you enjoy it. And thanks, Krista.
Thank you. It's called Out of the Blue. It's like a catch-22 if you catch those baby blues. Intertwining the best moments of life with worst emotional strife, unknown territory from a forced angle, like trying to catch your breath while drowning, caught up in a tangle of intensity, a web of isolation and lonely thoughts that only a new mother has to succumb to and do her best to sort through, efforts to not let the crazy bust through and be what becomes who she knows herself to be, not free, but she Much now to see, a life just begun. With her now as the responsible one, with depression's gun at her temple, she struggles to set an example and be the best she can be. Glimpses of joy she can see in waves through a haze of confusion where ways to feel better seem light years away. No one ever said her new chapter
begins like this: a struggle to exist in her mind, searching for answers that are too clouded to find. Amidst outbursts of anger, frustration, and sadness, she smiles, looking into innocent eyes, and the madness for a moment can be easily disguised. But those moments come and go, caught in the ebb and flow of how she feels and what she knows to be true. Oh, these baby blues have the strength to take over the fragile state of a new mother. In silence she suffers for lack of words to explain, in her head a heavy rain, then a rainbow, then hail, the thunder and lightning, followed by a peaceful trail of the sunshine, as a sleeping infant in the blink of an eye can make it pass by. And at that point, it seems fine for a time. It's like balancing on the edge of a cliff where she stands, caught between her true feelings and heavy demands. Sleepless nights.
Fatigue wins the fight and fuels the fire within. When will this madness cease and the good times begin? Will this depression win? Will she climb out, find the courage to reach out, and help dig her mind from the ditch? For all the good things in this life she does wish for her children, she must fish through this sea of intermittent misery and get her feelings out in the open. No doubt when it's spoken, not hidden from view, she will find that there are others who have been through this too. And there are ways to cope. If she can just cling to hope, the light at the end of the dark will appear and strength will return as a way out becomes clear. Just let go of the fear that the darkness will stay. With support, pretty soon, mama, you'll find your way.
I had to snap for that. That is so dope.
So good, right?
And it really sums up everything.
It does.
That was Krista. Thank you so very much. That was awesome.
When I read it, I almost cried. Like I was at work, so I held it in, but I gave her a big old hug and was like, that was great. So
yeah,
wanted to share
facts.
that. Yep.
Well, you guys, we definitely appreciate you taking your time and spending time with us. We are back.
We're back.
We're back. And you guys know that we have a lot of great ideas in the works.
Yep.
So we will see you next week. We have some exciting things for you all. Again, thank you so much for our Like Water for Chocolate followers that never left.
Yes.
They stayed in our group. They
there.
stayed talking to us. We appreciate
Loyal.
you
Thank you guys.
And if you aren't already, you can find the Like Water for Chocolate group on Facebook.
Yep.
On Facebook, I go under Whitney Taylor. And then, of course, I have my Snapchat that I don't know what it is. What's my Snapchat, Lex?
I think it's just Whitney.
Yeah, just Whitney with the Z.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it is. And then my Instagram is Mrs._Truth_Taylor. But we do a lot of our Like Water for Chocolate on our Facebook page on Like Water for Chocolate.
We like to put our daily polls and our conversations, so you can go on there and talk to us. I'm drawing a blank on all my stuff. Dang.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't add me, so I forget me. But also, you guys, like the Beat Network, reason being is because you'll always be updated on our shows.
Yep.
Also, The Noise, also Back to the Classics. There's also my other show with Miss Jackson, Pillow Talk. So you'll be updated on everything we have going. We have an awesome blog as well, like news stories and entertainment news and everything coming out. We update those as well. So then that way, when you're scrolling on Facebook and there's really nothing there, go to the Beat Network because we always got something popping.
BeatNetworkOnline.com.
Absolutely. Well, it's been real. Thanks you guys so much. It's your girl Truth
And Lex Love. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.